Hello everyone, this is Suresh from Azure ADB. Today our topic is how to use union by name in PySpark. So first we'll see what this function does, union by name. So union requires both data frames to have same schema in the same order. That means both the tables should have same schema, that means same data types and in the same order. And union by name allows unioning by matching column names instead of relying on order. So if you see union, so it don't care about column names. It will just check order of the columns. But union by name, it cares of matching the column names instead of relying on order. So it don't care about order of the columns. It cares about only matching the column names. So by using allow missing columns equal to true, it will handle mismatched schemas by filling columns with null values. So we'll see in further examples how to use this option. So use when column order differs between data frames. So the union by function used to combine two or more data frames based on their column names rather than positional order. So the key distinction between standard union or union all methods, so which requires data frames to be identical schemas in terms of both column names and order. So it telling that a difference between union and union all and union by name. So in this video, so we are going to cover, so these are all the topics. So first thing is why need to use union by name instead of union. So we have already options union and union all. So instead, why we need to use union by name. So first we'll see what is the purpose of using union by name. So next in union by name, so we'll see about the different scenarios. So if we have both data frames has same schema and if both data frames has a different column order and different schemas and unioning multiple data frames and union of two data frames with a few common columns and union of two data frames with completely different columns. So these many scenarios we'll going to see under this video. So first scenario is why we need to use union by instead of union or union all. So for this, so I created two data frames. So my first data frame is this one. This is the data and I have three columns here. So name, country, age. So by using create data frame, I am creating my first data frame. So that is df1 underscore union. So in this, I have three columns with 5 records. And if you see their data types, so name and country has a string and age has long data type. So similar way, we'll see one more data set that is df2. So this also has same columns by using spark.create data frame. So I'm creating second data frame. And if you see the data types, name and country are string and age is long. So now we have two data frames. Now we'll see how to use union on top of these two data frames. So here order of the columns are same. And if you see df1 and df2 both has three columns, similar columns, name, country and age, and order also same. So df1 dot union, df1 underscore union dot union. So here I'm doing union on df2 underscore union data frame. So if I try to do this and if you observe here, so first five records related to df1, next 5 records related to df2. So same thing we'll see here. So how it works. So our first scenario is why need to use union by instead of union. So same examples I mentioned in pictorial. So if you see here, this is my first data frame, df1 underscore union. So this is df2 underscore union. And if you see here, these column names are same and order also same. And if you see here, first 5 records are there. So this is the condition df1 underscore union dot union, df2 underscore union. And see here, I highlighted yellow color. So this is related to data frame 1 rows, and this is related to df2, the data frame 2 related rows. And next scenario we'll see. So this is related to this one. So next what we'll do is, so here I'm creating one more data frame. So this is df3. So here I have columns name, age, country, and I'm creating this data frame df3. So on top of this, what I'm doing here is df1 underscore union dot union df3 underscore union. So earlier we did df1 and df2. So now df1 and df3. So here what is the condition is order of columns are not same. And if you see df1, these are the columns name, country, age. And if you see df3, name, age, country. See here, this order is different now. So name and name common. So country, this country, here it is coming last and age coming here. So since order of the columns are not same, so if you apply union, so it throwing error. So the value New York of the type string cannot be cast into big int because it is malformed. So what it's telling is, if you see this image, so this is the scenario we are getting. So this is df1 underscore union. This is df3 underscore union. And if you see here, this country column, if you see order is different. So here it coming second position, here it coming third position. And if you try to do union, so we are getting this error. Okay, so we are getting this error. So now what we have to do? What is the solution? So now what is the solution is, so if you use union by name, instead of union, so we have to use union by name. So, and we are doing union df1 and df3. See here, same condition, order of the columns are not same. So df1, df3. And if you try to do this one, union by name, see here, we are not getting any error. So by safely, we are getting the data frame. And if you observe here, so here we are getting using union by name. So union by name, what it checks is, it checks only column name. So here name is there, here name is there. So it will take these 5 rows and next 5 rows. See here, these 5 rows, next 5 rows. And next country is there. So here country is there, here also country is there. But you don't bother about order of the column. So here country is there, 5 records, and these 5 records, it will print here. But if you see in df1, country column position is second, in df3, country column position is third. So in this case, which data frame column position it will take, whether df1 or df3. Because here this is second position, here it is third position. So rule is, so whenever you are doing df1, so first data frame you are using. So first you are using df1, next union by you are doing on df3. So that means the first data frame df1, that column position it will consider. So that means country is the second column position. So in result, you will get the second column as country. Okay, so next third one is age. So age here is there, here also is there. So these three columns and these 5 rows, it will match here. So that's how this union by will work. Union by name. So next we'll see further. So in first scenario, we saw why we need to use union by instead of union. So next second scenario is same schema. So that means, so df1, I created a new data frame here. So if you see here, we have total 5 columns here. And if you see, this is my data frame. And if you see here schema, ID and age are long, remaining are string. And I created one more data frame, df2. So here, these are the columns and this is the data. And if you see here, this is the table. And if you check, ID and age are long, remaining are string. So now what I'm trying to do is, so df1 dot union by name df2. So if I do, what will happen? So if you check here, so different column order. So if you see here, ID, name, age, ID, name, age, gender, city, ID, name, age, gender, city. If you see here, df1, ID, name, age, gender, city. So here also ID, name, age, gender, city. So that means column order is same and data types also same. So since everything is same, so we can safely do union by name. And we'll see here. Okay, so here I'm not made a slide for this because so we have same number of columns. We have same number of columns and schema also same. So since everything is same, so it is safely creating union by name. But if you see here, if you see the records, I think up to the first 8 records. So yeah, so first 8 records related to df1. So 8, Manish 35. See here, 8, Manish 35. And next 8 records are from table 2. Next 8 records are from table 2. So next scenario is different column order. So here I created new data frame df3 and if you see this is the columns and if you observe here, see this is the columns and we have total 8 rows. And here what I'm doing is I am doing union by df1 dot union by name on df3. So here what is the condition? Union by name matches by column names. So order doesn't matter. So that means if you see here, so now our scenario is a different column order. So here I will show you picture here. So this is the column names. So df1, we have these 5 columns. If you see column names, ID, name, age, gender, city. And if you see df3, see column names are same, but order is different. So here first column is ID, but here position is second position. And here name here it coming first position. So if you see order is different, columns order is different, but column names are same. So union by name, it doesn't care about order of the columns. So it will safely unions the data frames. If you see first 8, see here, first 8 are the df1 and remaining 8 are df3. So next we'll go for other scenario. So this scenario is different schemas. So whenever we have different schemas, so we'll use this option. So allow missing columns equal to true. So for this, I'm creating one more data frame, that is df5. So here I have total 6 columns are there. And if you see here, this is my data frame, and you can observe here data types. So ID and age are long, remaining all string data type. So now what I'm doing is, so here I'm using allow missing columns equal to true. What it does is it fills missing columns with null values. So here I'm applying df1 dot union by df5. And inside I'm mentioning this option. So allow missing columns equal to true. So now what is happening is this particular column we are getting null here. So why we are getting nulls here, we'll see. See, nulls we are getting up to here only. So we'll see here. So why we are getting nulls here. So different schemas. So we had to use allow missing columns equal to true. And if you see here, this is my df1 data frame, and it has these columns. So total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 columns are there. And if you see df5, I have one extra column. So these column names and order is same up to here. See, I given color indication. So only one column is extra column. So that is product. So that means we have different number of columns here. So in this case, see here we are doing union by name, and inside we are giving allow missing columns equal to true. So what it does is, so here, since we have here only 4 columns, so it's first we are doing union by one. Union by is df1. So it will take first df1 data frame. So that has 5 columns. So that is yellow color. But while doing union, since we have one extra column, so it added here product, but we don't have any records for df1. So because of this option, so it generating nulls. It generating nulls only for first 8 rows of the df1 data frame. And for df5, since we have product column and it has data, so we are getting data here. We are getting data. So that is the difference. That is the usage of mentioning this allow missing columns equal to true. So next scenario is union multiple data frames. So whenever doing union multiple data frames, so here we are using reduce option. So use reduce to union multiple data frames safely. So what I'm doing from function tools, I'm importing reduce option. And here what I'm doing, DFS. In DFS, I'm mentioning all 3 data frames. So what are the data frames I want to union by? I'm mentioning here in the form of list. So next what I'm doing here, I'm using reduce option, reduce function, and inside that I'm using lambda. So lambda a comma b, and inside that a dot union by name b. So that means first I want to union first 2 data frames df1, df2. So that is a comma b, and here I'm mentioning allow missing columns equal to true. And here I'm passing here this DFS, this list of data frames I'm passing here. So if I do this, what will happen is, So this is the result. So we'll see this result here, union multiple data frames. So these are the three data frames I'm trying to do union. So this has 5 columns, this has 6 columns, this has 5 columns. And if you see up to here, these column names are same, order also same. Only one extra thing is in df5, we have one extra column. So now what will happen is, if I try to do union by using reduce method, so this is df1. So df1 we have 5 columns, but in other data frame, that is df5, we have one extra column, so that is getting added here, product column. But for df1 and df2, we don't have column and values for this particular product. What it doing is it filling with null values. So this is a df1, this is a df2, and this product column filling with null values. And this is a df5. So for df5, we have product column and values. So it will fill with those values. Okay, so next we'll go for other scenario. So here is union of two data frames with common columns. So that means, so my first data frame has 3 columns. If you see here, call 0, call 1, call 2, and my second data frame has 4 columns. So in this call 1, call 2, call 3, call 4. So here it mentioned that some columns are overlap with df1 columns. And if you see here, call 1, call 2 are overlapping columns between two data frames. And here this is extra column, this is extra column. So now if I try to do union by name, df1 data frame, union by name, df2, and by passing this variable. So allow missing columns equal to true. So now what will happen is, if you see df1, so we have call 0, 1, 2. So up to here, first data frame. So that means, so from here to here, this is first data frame, call 0, call 1, call 2. And if you see in data frame 2, we have additional columns, call 3, call 4. Since additional columns are there, it will add here also in final data frame, call 3, call 4. But we don't have values and columns in df1, so it will fill with null values. And if you come to df2, so here common is call 1 and call 2, but call 0 we don't have in this data frame. So what will happen for call 0? It will fill with null values, and for remaining columns we have values in df2. If you see here, call 1, call 2, call 3. So for those 4 columns we have values. Okay, so next scenario is union of two data frames with completely different columns. So here first I'm creating my data frame like this. So these are all the data, and my columns are call 0, call 1, call 2. And my second data frame is call 3, call 4, call 5. And see here, these columns are totally different and these columns are totally different. So here what I'm doing, df1 dot union by name, df2, and here I'm mentioning allow missing columns equal to true. So now what will happen when you do union by? So first from data frame 1, it will take first 3 columns. And in data frame 2, since we have totally different columns, so that also will get union here. So now we have total 6 columns. But while doing union for data frame 1, we have data for these three columns. And if you see here, for call 1, call 0, call 1, call 2. So for three columns, we have data. So that is filled. But for these three columns, we don't have data in df1. So it filled with nulls. So next, in second data frame, call 3, call 4, call 5, we have data. So that is filled, but we don't have data for call 0, call 1, call 2. So it filled with null values. Okay, so here I try to explain maximum scenarios. So on how to use unionByName function in PySpark. So that's all about this video. If you really like this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you.